Hey all you gamers and geeks, welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. I hope you are having a great day either way. Today we are jumping into the 8th trial in Dune Awakening. As always, you can find the various parts of this video time-stamped down below. The 8th trial is located above the Western Vermilius Gap. That's that orange section in the middle. That's sort of the second area you come to in the game. In the northwest corner of the Western Vermilius Gap, there's this line that divides the Jabal Afridi and the Maisa Taril. On that line where it meets the eastern shield wall, right along here, you're going to find your 8th trial marker if you've scanned the area or if you've been to that area. Where this junction is, where these three things join, that's where your marker is. Now the marker looks like it's up on top, but it's right down here at the base. That's what you're looking for. During daylight, or if you hit the H key and turn your headlights on your plane or your car or whatever it is you're riding, you'll see that purple eye or sun, whatever you want to call this marker. That's how you know you're at the right place. You're going to work your way through this sort of crack in the wall till you come to these very familiar stairs. Past the stairs, you're going to come into this large open room. There is combat down the sides here with chests if you want to go that way. If you're trying to just get to the quest, you can go straight down the middle of this room and ignore all of that combat for right now. At the end of this room, you're going to come to this door. You go up and approach the lock mechanism, and you're going to have a series of questions. Here on the screen now is going to be the answer to each of the questions in order. If you want to jerry-rig this and try and figure them out for yourself, that's totally fine. But if you're looking for just how to get through the door, this is the order you're looking for. If you make a mistake at any point, you have to go right back to the beginning and do this whole dialogue sequence again. So by all means, do it however you want to do it. Here's the cheat codes right here. Once you've made it through this door, you're going to meet what seems to be not so friendly face. Continue with this dialogue with whatever options you so choose. Now that we've had that conversation, we come to this bridge. Again, down the sides, there are all of these little rooms. You are welcome to go through and explore them. There are chests in some of them, depending on what your goal is in here. If you want to get all of the loot, by all means go ahead. If you're just looking to go through the quest, you're going to cross this bridge. You're going to go into the door on your right. Once you've gone through this archway, you're going to go down a series of stairs and come to a collection of rooms. Once again, you can explore these rooms and get your loot, or you can go by the following pathway. At the bottom of the stairs, there is a door directly in front of you. There is one more to the left, and if you continue turning, there is yet a third to the left. You want to take that first middle door. You go down this middle hallway. You come to your next block. You're going to pull out your cutter. You're going to break this first and second boulder, which will then bring you into a hallway with 3 options. The combination here is you're going to go right, then left, then the last boulder will open up the stairwell. You go straight up those. This is going to take you to your puzzle room. This is a whole other set of skills and patterns and challenges you need to do. The way to get the answers are to listen to this projection speech, and it will tell you what all of the answers to the questions are. When you've gotten your answers, you're going to walk up to this table, click the up and down to cycle through, and change the picture projected up on the top wall under each lesson. You only gain access to the different icons once you've interacted with them on the walls. So go through, click on every symbol along all of the side walls so that you have access to all of the pictures. Now you can change the answers to the lessons on the projection. The answer to lesson 1 is binds, dunes, and grass. Lesson 2 is planting, shelter, and downwind. The third lesson is burrowing, animals, and soil. If you want to see what all of those pictures look like, here's what the final answers should look like. Once you've completed this task, it will light up yellow and then open up the next set of questions. Once all three are done, the back door opens and you can progress further. Once again, you're going to go through one of these hallways that has rooms along the side. Ignore those and go straight down the center till you get to this large room. If you go up the stairs, there is sort of a veranda or overhang of some kind. Once you're up there, it's more like an altar, and you now have another puzzle. This one is a series of rings. Now, this is a very simple puzzle. Basically, what you want to do is spin these rings around so that you have a channel leading from the altar here down to the middle of the ring. You want that to all line up so that fluid can pass through. Once you've lined up these 3 rings, you go to the altar, you interact with it, you're going to sacrifice some of your blood. That's going to drive through the channel, and once it gets to the center of this puzzle, if you've done it properly, the door will unlock. We are almost done here, I swear. Once you've entered this antechamber, there's going to be a table here to interact with, and someone's going to give you a message. You listen through that message, they're going to give you some directions, you go over to the console, you interact with that, and you're going to get yet another message telling you that you're missing a piece. Your comrade here is going to say that she knows how to get it, but then the place starts getting bombed and you need to evacuate. This now leads to the last quest objective, which is to exit the building. Sounds simple enough, but there's a bit of combat ahead of you. It is not an overly complicated fight depending on where you're at in your gameplay and how quickly you rush to do this quest, but as long as you fight smart, use the terrain to your advantage, you shouldn't have much difficulty dispatching your adversaries. Once everybody's down, you'll have the prompt to exit. You go through this large archway and you find your way out. Congratulations, you've now completed your trial number 8. I'm hesitant to call it the last trial because they do say there's more story coming forward that you will unfold and they will be updating throughout, so there may be more trials coming as more content is released. This is the end of the first chapter and the last trial of that chapter. I hope you guys are having an amazing time in this game and enjoying all of the early content. I know the early content was a blast for me. I am thoroughly enjoying this part of the gameplay, and I can't wait to tell you more about the end game and let you know my overall thoughts and opinions on the game as a whole. All of that is coming out in future videos, along with building videos, some quality of life tips, and just much more Dune content coming your way. I will see you in the next one. Until then, I hope the spice flows freely for you, the adventure never stops, and you continue having a wonderful time. I will see you next time. Bye, guys!